Anybody who really, really wants to go deep, deep, deep on this, you have to understand when you send me emails and stuff, I can't just write this stuff to you guys in writing. Like, I do book coaching calls. You can get coaching calls. I think it's clovis.as.me/coaching, I believe. And I'll put that in the show notes. You can book a coaching call with me. If we do a one-on-one coaching call, I am happy to go as deep on psychedelics as you want me to. So let's jump into some comments here because I just talked for a really long time. Wow, that's deep. I think I would be scared. Yeah, if you're not scared, you totally should be. You should absolutely be. I mean, you'd be a crazy person not to be scared going into this. Like, absolutely. It's for sure. I mean, on the back end, you'll be like, oh, that's crazy. I had nothing to be scared of. But yeah, it's everybody enters into a psychedelic experience scared, right? Joanne, did you experience any vomiting during ayahuasca? Curious if the special diet helped to ease this side effect. This is something I've been looking into doing, but I'm hesitant to do. Fear what I might see, find out. I'm going to do it anyway when I get the opportunity. I'm going to explain something to you guys. This is going to sound super hippy dippy and woo woo. If you purge a lot, they call it purging. If you purge a lot, vomiting or diarrhea or things like this during ayahuasca, it's because you need to. You have things that you need to get rid of. This is where I really enter into the woo-woo space. Some people disagree with me, whatever. I have seen these things with my own eyes. I have been part of ayahuasca experiences with myself. I have done ayahuasca 8 different times on multiple different continents. I have vomited exactly once, and it looked like this. Blech. That's it. I've experienced 0 purging. That's the depths that mine went. I've had no unpleasant bathroom trips. I've had no heavy vomiting. I am an absurdly healthy person. My gut health is off the charts. All my blood work is perfect. I was actually called an anomaly by a shaman who's been working for 50 plus years with ayahuasca. He said he had never seen anybody drink as much ayahuasca as I did and not purge. So I think Clovis, I think health plays a huge role in this if you're worried about purging. That said, if you got some deep, dark demons, you're going to purge for sure. So I've been a part of ayahuasca ceremonies with other people that are not healthy. I've been part of ayahuasca ceremonies with heroin addicts. I've been part of ayahuasca ceremonies with cigarette smokers who have abused their body their entire life, who have consumed alcohol daily, who are just have not lived well and are deep in their 60s. And I have seen full-blown exorcisms. I mean, the way that these people purge, the way that they vomit for 3 to 4 hours straight and scream and beg Jesus to save them. I literally have seen people wail at the top of their lungs, only by your grace, Lord. I have seen the fucking devil. Okay? Now, and I have seen this in the middle of the jungle in sheer darkness. So I am not playing down the severity of psychedelics. I would never do that. Okay? So I saw those things happen in a bungalow in the jungle, literally surrounded by altars of jaguar skulls and teeth. I mean, it's experiences that you can't explain to people that have not been there, right? So yes, people purge. A lot of people purge. Yes, a lot of people need to purge. I also believe that ayahuasca, mushrooms, all of these things can heal your body on a cellular level. I think that they do something very special to the mitochondria in our cells. I really do. And there have been a lot of ailments that I have seen cured by these things. So again, I'm not going to get into that. This is not medical advice. I am not saying you should do psychedelics. I am not advising anybody to do anything illegal. You don't need to go do this, right? And I'm not admitting that I've ever done anything illegal, right? I could be making all this up. You guys don't know. I could be completely full of shit, right? Inner child work. What do you mean by that? Get on YouTube. You can look up, there's a great book called Healing Your Aloneness that is all about inner child work. If you struggle with emotional eating, if you struggle with, you just can't get healthy no matter what you do, these are psychiatric issues, okay? So human nutrition is the most simple thing on planet Earth. I have given you guys everything you could possibly want to know about human nutrition. You should be in perfect health. There's no reason why you cannot craft perfect health for yourself. I promise you, but some people still can't. They can't stop the eating habits. They can't stop the self-sabotage. They can't stop the self-loathing. They don't have self-love. This is usually inner child work that needs to be done. So dive in and do some inner child work. I would start with Healing Your Aloneness. Healing Your Aloneness also comes with an inner child workbook. And if you guys are wondering why I know about things, because this is the Healing Your Aloneness workbook. These are inner child meditations that I do, and these are actually writing down. These are courses that you write down. These are very actionable items. This is actual deep work. I do this work every day, ladies and gentlemen. I know that sometimes people think that maybe I'm like lying about these things or not actually doing these things. Like, I talk to you guys all the time. People come to me like, Justin, things aren't changing. Things aren't changing. I'm like, have you been doing X, Y, Z that I told you to do? Well, yeah, I've been doing it like, I don't know, maybe 40% of the time. things aren't changing. Things aren't changing. Guys, I do this work every day. Everything that I tell you to do, I do every day. And I've been doing it every day for years, right? It takes work, everybody. If you want to change your work, your life, it takes daily work. It really does. Do these things, okay? Laura, building a foundation of self-reflection through daily journaling, meditation, and deep work. Yes, 100%. Actually confronting the shadow parts of yourself, I think it would be extremely beneficial to help you integrate back into society after an experience like this. You have to. It's not just extremely beneficial. It's not optional. If you think you're going to go into a psychedelic experience and walk away from it and do no integration, you should never do psychedelics, you know? So that's the thing. You're absolutely right, Laura. But I want people to understand, again, I'm telling you, this is serious stuff, everybody. This is not a joke. It's not something to just enter into lightly. You do this psychedelic work, you better put the time aside. If you can't remember the last time you sat alone in quiet for an hour writing with a pen and paper, you're not prepared for this work. Start there. Sit down without your goddamn cell phone for 1 hour in a quiet room with a pen and paper and just write down what you love. What makes you happy? If you can't do that for an hour, you get too bored and need to look at a phone or a laptop, you're not ready for this work. Do some foundational work first, okay? Joanne, thank you so much for your answer. I feel like a lot of the sites sugarcoat the purging part. They absolutely do. I believe that these things do cure us as well. It makes sense that the more you need to fix, the more you purge. Yeah, 100%. Super, super important to understand that. I mean, I'm telling you, I've seen some gnarly stuff, some really gnarly stuff. I've actually seen really close friends. I've watched close friends go through the darkest things they've ever gone through. I mean, literally in the fetal position, just crying. Yeah, I mean, it all depends, right? There's ayahuasca is going to give you what you need. So I'll give you guys an example, right? Like, I don't have any sexual trauma, right? I was never like molested or raped or beaten as a child. There are some people that are dealing with significant things that I could not even wrap my head around. Those people are going to have a horrific time with psychedelics, and they need it way more than I do, okay? I am somebody who is on a constant pursuit of human optimization. I want advanced human optimization, optimal optimization. That's great. There's no other word for me to put it. I'm just looking to be the best version of myself. But I don't have these deep, deep, dark traumas that a lot of people have. If you have deep, deep, dark trauma and you want to get through it fast, you got to face it head on. This might be an option for you. Again, I'm not telling you what to do here, but go on Vimeo, Vimeo. I will put this all in the show notes, or just Google Vimeo Trip of Compassion. So if anybody gets anything out of this episode, if you have any significant trauma in your life, go watch Trip of Compassion. Watch Trip of Compassion, book a coaching call with me. Yes, I'm going to charge you for it. It takes my time, okay? Book a coaching call with me. Watch Trip of Compassion, book a coaching call with me, change your life forever. You guys know I don't hard sales pitch you ever, but that is something that you need to do. If you are dealing with emotional eating and you can't get past it, if you are trying to figure out why you keep self-sabotaging and you can't get past it, if you're trying to figure out why you date the same asshole over and over and over in every single relationship, if you're trying to figure out why your relationship with your kids sucks and you just can't seem to fix it, you got deep shit you need to work on. Go watch Trip of Compassion. Come back and talk to me, 100%. That's a good place to end this episode, everybody. I always challenge you guys to learn, unlearn, relearn. This is one of those things. Learn, unlearn, relearn. Keep your mind open. Watch Neurons to Nirvana. Watch Trip of Compassion. Read Michael Pollan's book, How to Change Your Mind. Listen to the Tim Ferriss podcast about psychedelic research. I will link to all this stuff in the show notes. Utilize this. Go deep on the research. Watch DMT, the Spirit Molecule. I can give you links to retreats that you can go to, perfectly legal retreats that you can fly out to. If you guys are interested, let me know, right? So we can go as deep as you want to on this stuff. Obviously, I got to be really careful. Coaching calls are the best to go deep. I am, again, not advocating the use of any substances whatsoever, let alone illegal substances. I would never tell you to do that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little deep dive here. And thank you for all the thoughtful comments. This stuff is great. I appreciate it. I love talking about this stuff. I could talk about it for weeks. I love it. It's been a huge part of my personal self-growth. So thank you guys for listening. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Good night. Bye.